Friends, this is episode 7 in our series of presentations on English grammar. So far we have discussed sentence, the way it is structured, the kinds of functions its constituents play in the sentence. Then we started the discussion on parts of speech or word classes. And there we started with nouns. We also brought in the concept of noun phrase or nominal group or noun clause, and how they function in a clause or a sentence. Generally, simple sentence is clause. So as subject, object, complement, indirect object, direct object, and object of preposition. And we also saw some words can function as subject and they also can function as adjunct in some other sentence. So functionally they will be different from what formally they can be identified as. We now also have thought of asking a friend, Sai Ram, to raise any few questions he has, and what happened also some other things, so that you also can feel how doubts come up. Murad, that's what I was telling him, he represents the audience, because we cannot call all the audience. They said there was a proposal, ask questions, we will answer, but how long? Once we upload them into YouTube, we will not be able to send us anything. So he is representing the audience in one way. He will raise a few questions of his choice, and I will try to answer those questions. Mr. Saira,
Yes, sir.
you are free to raise any point on what we have already said, or even other points, so that our audience can enjoy a kind of dialogue and also get some clarification on the points they also have in mind.
Sir, general ga
In English, no Telugu.
Sir, how important is to pronounce a word perfectly?
This is the most useful and important question. Many of us are told in a careless way, oh, how does it matter? You understand what I'm saying? But I do remember when I was a student in Nellore VR College, I asked a question and my teacher, I don't remember the word, my teacher answered in a very, I'm sorry to say that, he said, Prakasam, how does it matter? You don't have a language paper. If there is a language paper, you have to be very clear about pronunciation. I felt sorry. Okay, that's all right. But let me tell you one thing. If someone is learning Hindi, and he looks at the word ka, ha, na, कहना, आप क्या कहना चाहते हो? The native speaker from Western UP, Haryana and Punjab, he is not Hindi speaker, doesn't matter. Similarly, we have, I always use that example, beautiful government emporiums from Tamil Nadu, Poompuhar, P-O-O-M-P-U-H-A-R, Poompuhar. If you say, because it is P in both places in transliteration, if you say Poompuhar, The Tamil speaker will look at you and say, he is an outsider, it doesn't matter. He will tolerate it. But that is not acceptable Tamil. If you are in Tamil Nadu, you learn in no time. After a nasal, if a P is used, it should be pronounced as B. Pumbuhar. My own name, Prakasam, will be pronounced as Prakasam or Prahasham. Absolutely correct in Tamil. Don't make wrong comments on that. It is perfect Tamil. But that is Tamil. Similarly, if you are learning English, you have to learn English the way, as I said, you have to learn Pumbuhar. No. You have to translate it as P-O-M-P-U-H-A-R and say Pumbuhar. Say it, but people will smile. You will never be a good speaker of Tamil. Similarly, you cannot be a good speaker of English unless you pronounce the words properly. For example, he is very powerful. He is very powerful. It seems the Englishman will understand it as he is very powerful. Power will be understood as power. Why? Because, I did not say because. Because, similarly, power. He is very powerful. Many people who are taught properly right at the college level. I remember my teacher, Veda Venkatraman. I dedicated this book of mine to him because at the BA level, even before CIE came into existence in Hyderabad, he taught us pronunciation with the help of Daniel Jones's dictionary. It is powerful, not powerful. That is exactly why pronunciation is important to be acceptable. If it is not to pose, it is not to make fun of others. If it is, kya keh rahe ho? Kya keh rahe ho? There was a serial, Tehqiqat. In speech, it was Tehqiqat. In writing, it's the plus ha. Because a before ha is a. Ab kya karenge? That's Hindi. What is wrong with that? That is the important point we have to keep in mind. Every language, you should never make fun of English spelling and pronunciation, saying, no identity. No. The interesting thing is with English, I always say this, you have to be baptized to be a priest in a church. You have to have Upanayanam to be a priest in a temple. To be a word in English, you should have a stress pattern. Without stress, you can't understand the word. It is power, proportion, photography, photograph. See, you will be angry. Photography, but photograph, because stress pattern is important for Russian and English. While nowadays in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, even at the undergraduate level, pronunciation is taught, because when our people go abroad for a job, they should be understood. I made a mistake once. Instead of saying I'll, I said ale. I got a seat which is not aisle seat. It was the corridor seat. We will ask for trouble. Similarly, I made a mistake in England. Typical Telugu pronunciation, after ch and ja, instead of I, we end up saying a, child. I asked one professor, Professor Watson, I understand you've written a paper on child phonology. She didn't understand me. I said, child. Fellow Telugu people will understand. But she was native speaker of English. I beg her pardon. Poor lady, she begged pardon. But this Telugu man didn't realize the problem. I said, child phonology. What? Child phonology? CHIN. No, I didn't understand. Can you spell it? I said, CHILD. Oh, child. That means by child meant nothing for her. I should have said child. Why only England? Even in North India they don't understand when we say child. Because only Telugu has this problem of as Marathi. Churn, sir. Jern, sir. So we have to, very good question. It's not just for English. And I wish to emphasize the point. There is no point, they emphasize the point that we should not criticize English people about pronunciation, the demand for good pronunciation. What's wrong with that? The same thing we do. If someone doesn't speak Telugu well, where is he from? Oh, I see. Okay, go ahead. He's not, his mother tongue is not Telugu. So this is how we also in a sense, not make fun of, we just smile off. If not smile at him. So the question of pronunciation is so important, but the main point is stress pattern. And the stress also is very peculiar. There is primary stress, secondary stress. What does it mean? Photograph, primary stress, graph, secondary stress. You add I, Y, no stress on pho, no stress on gra, photography, because there is some rule. In most words, third syllable from right gets stressed. Photography. Then there is photograph, photography, now add IC, photographic. That is full vowel is A, secondary stress vowel is A, no stress is A. These things we have to learn, and also, mind you, it is not at all difficult. Once you learn this relationship between stress and pronunciation, no, not a big deal. You will yourself say, oh, not a big deal, I learned it. What's the problem? We should not feel indolent, we should not feel lazy and criticize English spelling. English spelling system is not our system. English spelling system is alphabetic, whereas our system is syllabic. We write, when we take a letter, it's both vowel and consonant together, but don't be too sure that we don't have some problems in pronunciation also. But this happens. For example, Gampa basket. Sagam. We don't say sagam. Gampa, we say ga. Sagam, ga. This happens. Between the vowels, it is ga. Beginning, ga. That is why very famous man, Gidugu Sitapati, he said, Telugu also has to be understood in terms of stress pattern of word beginning. So, thank you very much. Though I didn't discuss in detail. We did mention stress in the beginning, but this is a very good question. I am very glad you have asked this, because in one sense, one episode is taken care of, because this pronunciation is a I would not use the word killer. Most important. Did you see that? Photograph, photography, photographic. Bapre bap. What will you do? Unsee this. Some rules are there. ICAL, ik or ikal, the syllable before that is stressed. Diabetic, academic, not academic. Academy, yes, but academic, academy, but you add ik, academic, second stress, a primary stress, academic. No one, I certainly want, no one should make a show of their knowledge. No one should make fun of others. No. When you go to the principal of your school and show off your knowledge, he may not like it. So, propriety should be maintained. When you speak, speak correctly. And as a teacher, if you use your stress pattern properly, pronounce properly, students love you. As a student, if you do well, the teacher will say, hey, good boy, you have learned a lot. Because this I faced in Nagpur. As someone was teaching pronunciation, I asked a couple of questions. How do you know all this? I said, my teacher, Vedam Venkatraman, taught us in Nellore. And he told me he was taught pronunciation in his high school level by teachers from Chennai. That is why learning is a wonderful exercise. You need lots of humility, A, B, lots of enthusiasm, actually you try to pronounce your words carefully. You yourself say, what am I doing? Well, I am speaking well. This is very important. And this pronunciation becomes important not only in the classroom, but if you're in debates and elocution competitions, your marks you will get if you pronounce your words correctly. If you say dais, there is no English word D-I-A-S. It is days. If in your elocution competition, if you say days, the three experts are judges sitting there. He knows his word well. Extra mark. I am very happy you asked that question. And that is how we learn. I learned the character pronunciation days after I became professor. So be sure your degree, your qualification, your position do not ensure that you know everything. You have to learn for the big deal.
So, thank you for answering the question. So the next question is, how important is to use tenses in a proper way?
This is also equally, actually this will come up a little later, but it's very important. When we say something, we either identify someone, he is a teacher. Immediately someone says, no, not any longer. He was a teacher once, now he is a film actor. You said he is a teacher. No, he is not an actor any longer, he is a film actor. He was a teacher once. Now what is happening? He was. Look at this interesting thing. He is a teacher. No, not any longer. He was a teacher. There is extra stress put on was for emphasis. Because that was is being contrasted with is. Is shows the present moment. Is shows the time of speech and his being teacher are concurrent. And the other man says, no, he was a teacher, He is now a film actor. That there are many actors, film teachers who became film actors. So that is yes. Similarly, he has at least 10 flats in Hyderabad. Oh no. That is not true. He had 10 flats. Now he has only 2 flats. Rest of them he lost in horse races. He had 10 flats. Has present tense, had past tense. And this interesting thing is, this will come up in a big deal later, big detail later. Now that it has come up, I will talk about it. Is, had, is, was, be, being, been. There are supposed to be different forms of the verb be. Has, had, having are different forms of the word have. Have is actually be with. I have 2 cars, means 2 cars are with me. In Telugu, Hindi, मुझे 2 कारा हैं. In Telugu, నాకు 2 కార్లు ఉన్నాయి. எனக்கு 2 కార్ ఇరిక్కాయి, 2 కార్ ఇరిక్కాయి. That means in Telugu, Hindi, मुझे या Tamil, எனக்கு నాకు. But in English, I also difference. I have also shows present tense. Now at this moment, 2 cars are with me. I own them. I own 2 cars now. I had 10 houses, yes. Now I have only 2 houses, present and past. This is clear. But your question has interesting consequence. Grammar books tell us eat is present, ate is past tense. Some people say ate, it doesn't matter. He ate or he ate. Eat present tense, will eat future tense, ate or ate past tense. Well, he eats mangoes, though he is a diabetic. He eats mangoes, though he is a diabetic. Is he eating now? Though we call it present tense. That is a little problematic. When we say it is present tense, we define it. Habitual situation also is presented by present tense. That is past tense, ate. When? Did he really eat this fruit? When he said, did he really eat this fruit? Are you asking about his eating or about the time of his eating? You are asking about his eating. Did he ever eat mangoes? No, I don't think so. Did he ever eat mangoes? That is why some people would say, yes, past tense means eating is over. It is, some people say, the action is over.
Okay.
Whereas present action is not totally over, it continues. He eats mangoes every day.
Okay.
Though the doctor says don't do it. He will show some place, no, seasonal fruit is all right, sir. I have read it in some books. This goes on. So, the kind of tense you find in be and have is not the same as you find in other verbs.
Okay.
Did she slap her husband? The question is asked about her really slapping, not when. Did she really slap her husband? You will not ask, when did she really slap her husband? That will be difficult. When did she slap? You are asking for time. No, I already said past tense.
Yeah.
So, she slapped her husband is indicating that slapping is over.
So this is
That is why he is crying. Why is he crying? His wife slapped him. Oh, no one will ask, when did she slap? Is he crying because she slapped him yesterday? No. He is crying because she slapped him. The whole idea might be 1 week ago, but whenever thinks he was slapped by his wife in the presence of his sisters and mother, he is crying. That means the tense concept with other verbs will have to be understood differently from be and have. And that is why I said I will discuss this in terms with the help of aspect also, and then you will get present perfect, past perfect. We will do it later. Thank you.